Hey, so here we are. It's another Friday, and we're going to talk about 5 things that I'm going to be looking out for this weekend. So I'm just looking across at the fixture list here, and the first thing that I think is really worth a look at is Spurs Manchester City. Spurs have had a pretty mediocre start to the season, whereas Manchester City absolutely hit the ground running, but then had that terrible result against West Ham. These are two clubs with big aspirations for the season and two managers who have big plans for the team. I think this can be a really, really interesting fixture. I think City have got some injury problems. I think this will be a definitely one to watch for and a game that I will certainly be looking out for. The second game, just having a look at this, and Leicester versus Arsenal. Well, Leicester, high-flying Leicester, Claudio Ranieri, who would have thought he was doing the job he was doing? Arsenal, everything was going well, and then we had the Chelsea result. They were the same old Arsenal. They were out muscled. They were out street smarted. Wenger badly needs to get his show back on the road if they're going to be really challenging for the title. I think for Leicester this is a free pass, so I think we'll see Leicester at their absolute best, and I think this will be a really, really good game. Now, the other one I would look at is Liverpool-Villa. I mean, it's not one I would be staying up for, but I think it's a fascinating game because I think Brendan Rodgers is really under the cosh. They had a really poor result against Norwich, and they were abject against Carlisle, and I thought it was a little bit amusing that Gary McAllister came out after the Carlisle game. Okay, they won on penalties, but he said that that they were delighted with the result. I don't know how you can be delighted with taking 120 minutes to beat Carlisle. Liverpool took Villa's best player for 32 million over the summer. I would take it that if Villa can somehow find a way to win at Anfield, then Brendan Rodgers is really under the cosh. So that would be the third thing that I would be looking at this weekend. And then just looking down the list, I think Stoke-Bournemouth is a really, really fascinating game because, again, Mark Hughes, he's trying to turn Stoke into Barcelona. It's not working. They have lost the essence of maybe what it means to be Stoke. I still think that there's a very, very good team in there, and I expect them to do well this season. But this is effectively a relegation 6-pointer right now with Stoke in the bottom 3, and I think if Bournemouth could get another 3 points here, then Eddie Howe and his guys can have a lot of reason for optimism. So I think this is a really, really big game. And the fifth game that I'll be looking for again is my club Chelsea, who are away to Newcastle United. I think these are two managers who are both under pressure. Okay, Mourinho's won his last 3 games in a row, but they've only won 1 in the Premiership. Out of the last 3, I should say, but they've won 1 of those. They need to back this up with another win at a stadium he's never won at. And for Steve McLaren, they were abject again. They were beaten by Sheffield Wednesday. They're right down at the bottom of the table. Newcastle need a win. These are 5 things I think will be really, really important to watch this weekend. We'll see how that plays out, and we'll discuss it on Monday.